experiment in freedom in human history, where freedom for the individual was enjoyed by only a relatively few people for a brief 249 years before society returned to another form of feudalism and slavery. I hope not. But it is not guaranteed. When they say eternal vigilance, that means we must be awake, we must be aware, and we must fight for it.
And Rob Schneider joins us now. Rob, why was that important for you to speak, and what was it like for you? What were your takeaways?
Well, hi, Ainsley. Well, first of all, I just assumed the people outside starting all the violence were just upset because they couldn't get tickets to come in and see me. That's my go-to. That's why I always assume.
That was it.
Whenever there's a riot outside where I'm performing. No, when I was informed that the people outside fighting, starting, with using tear gas and using something to make it sound like it was guns, and these people preventing people from talking and preventing people from getting in. These were the anti-fascists. Wow, it sounded like, and the people inside, the Christians inside, the Turning Point USA students from Berkeley, wanting to have peaceful discourse, peaceful debate, conversations, talking about how much they love God, family, and country. These people were called the fascists, and I would just say to our audience now, who are the real fascists there?
I know that, working in Hollywood, you live and you work amongst all of these individuals that do not like Trump. They're Democrats. We knew that through the election. They voiced their opinions. Robert De Niro was one of those. And I know you were at the 50th anniversary of SNL. Y'all were in the audience, and they asked anyone who had been on the show or hosted the show to come up on stage. And Robert De Niro was standing in front of you. Someone pushed you into him, probably on purpose, so you'd have that interaction. And you were confronted with him. This is how you described that moment.
De Niro turns around. He's like, Schneider, how could you support that schmuck? Trump is a schmuck. I looked right at him and I said, I love you. I love you. I swear to God, he looked right at me and went like, okay. That's the only way to handle this. We're never going to be able to out-cancel the cancel culture. They're better at it than us. It's got to be through love.
That is so beautiful. Instead of arguing with them, which is what they want, you just said, I love you.
Well, I do. I love them. And look, it's got to come through love. And it's true. And if, the Bible says you don't get a reward for loving your brother. You get a reward for loving people who are your enemy, or people who, and he's not my enemy. I love him, and he's angry. And the way to really do this and to confront this is through love. And you got to understand that, there are people who are, if you want to use the word triggered or whatever, but we have to meet them in some other way than just with the same kind of anger or whatever. And I do, and I'm telling you, I respect him as an actor and as a person, and I know that he's helped the autistic community, the kids, parents who have autistic kids, and on a movie years ago. And I do, and it's interesting because when you come from a place of love, and brotherhood, then you really can't. It doesn't advance to that next ugly place. And so what we really have to do is continue discourse. And that's what Frank Turek was there to do. My good friends, Professors Dr. Andrew Doyle and Professor Peter Boghossian, we were there to discuss things with kids. And we said what Charlie Kirk said. And the only reason I was there at Berkeley was because with Charlie Kirk and I said to him, let's go to the place that's the most challenging. And he said, well, we're going to go to Berkeley then. And it was challenging, but I wish it was challenging in a way that was really what this country is set to do, which is free speech. And Berkeley is the home of free speech. And yet, all of a sudden, that was the place where free speech on campus was really enshrined at the university. The idea that somebody now can silence another group of people and prevent people from getting in. We could have sold that place out 3 times, and it was completely sold out, but yet they were not allowed. And the university could have done a better job of allowing people, helping them to usher the kids in to come see us. But those brave kids, I want to thank all the Turning Point USA kids at Berkeley.